Son of a bitch.
I missed it. I missed it by that much.
Son of a bitch.
Yayo, ho ho, set sail for Fun Piece. It's the name of the podcast with Matt and Mike. Yayo, set sail for Fun Piece.
Here's the podcast where we talk about stretchy little boys and girls, but mostly boys.
Says over One Piece.
One Piece.
Oh, I like that end. That's pretty good. Maybe we should sing it now instead of Lloyd Sheffield.
It's a pod.
No, Lloyd Sheffield did a great job, and we love Lloyd Sheffield for their contribution in the theme song that is now opening the podcast that you already heard.
I'm trying to download a picture of Mary, says it for our Twitter banner, and it won't stop downloading. I'm worried that I may have downloaded a virus onto
How
my.
did you find a virus encrypted into a photo of
Mary.
fucking Mary?
Jesus.
No, Mary, not Jesus.
No.
Do you think?
Are they the same?
Do you think Mary's a virgin? There's no way.
Is Mary a Jesus metaphor?
Is Mary a metaphor for Jesus? He died for Luffy's sins. He's not dead.
What's the link to our podcast?
The link to our podcast?
Hold on.
Like the email address?
Shut up. I can Google it.
Like funpiecePodcast@gmail.com?
No, it's not that, you dummy.
Oh, like the website link. The website link, Yushay. Is that it? That one?
Yeah.
The website link. Wow, everyone, you're listening to it right now here.
Well,
it should
gotta
be
put it
anchor.fm/fun.
Does Anchor have an H in it?
Yes. This is great for the podcast.
Anchor.fm/ backslash
fun.
It's a backslash, not a forward slash?
/.
You said backslash.
Well, okay. So,
Is it like drunk and falling forward, or is it about to take a nap?
Well, I guess it's drunk and falling forward.
I mean, it's a URL. It's got to be a /. Fun Piece Podcast?
It's just Fun Piece with a dash in between fun and peace.
Okay.
This is really
We're coming in hostile.
We're coming in hostile. Backslash versus /. What?
This is really cute. I said that our location is the Grand Blue.
Oh.
Or is it the East Blue? Is
all blue.
Is the Grand Blue Captain Falcon's ship in...
Yes, I believe so. You guys are currently in the East Blue, and where your
yes.
story is taking
We're
place.
on the way to the... Yeah, put it at the East Blue.
You're in
Because
the
that's
East
where
Blue.
we are. Fuck.
You guys remember the...
I'm still fucked up by this // thing.
I don't know what's so complicated about it.
Okay, but it's slashing
Mary picture
backwards. Like it's slashing.
It's basically like
backwards.
we read left to right, so
Yeah.
forward is going to the right.
Yeah, but it's technically like backwards. It's slashing backwards.
But it is the ones in a URL. It is technically the /.
Yeah, but when you don't slash up, you slash down. So you're slashing backwards.
But it's leaning forward.
Is this like a GIF situation?
No, it's not. This is totally universal.
Everybody, can you chime in on the
Don't.
Fun Piece?
Tweet Matt personally.
Call me out for my // bullshit if you want. Whatever.
Wait, is this recorded?
Yeah, this is all recorded.
Oh, meet Matt in the empty Kmart parking lot Thursday at midnight. And throw hands about whether it's forward.
I'm not
/
fucking
or
driving to
backward.
Kmart at midnight. I'm going to be fucking asleep because I won't have to work for 2 weeks straight.
Why, you got something important going on?
Yeah, I do. With you.
I'm going to follow all the other One Piece podcasts.
How many are there?
I don't know, probably like 500. This show is
Hey, everybody.
out. The book The books have outsold Harry Potter.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Fun Piece podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Mike.
It's been 5 minutes since you've started listening, and we haven't said the name of the podcast.
I got to know at this point, right?
This is the Fun Piece podcast. It's a virtual tour of the One Piece universe by two dumb idiots, which some might say is the perfect way to go through the life of the One Piece because they're a bunch of dumb idiots themselves.
Yeah, a bunch of stupid. What are we talking about? I wasn't listening to a
One
word
Piece.
you said.
Hey, we're talking about Arlong Park. Last episode, last week.
I thought it was going to be an amusement park. I thought there was going to be like a park element to this, but it's just a pool.
Wouldn't it be fun if it was like a drive-in movie theater, but it was for boats?
Oh, and it was called Arlong's Drive-In or Boat-In movie
Park your
theater?
boat, baby. Park your boat.
Pilot.
Can we? Hey, TM, boat drive-in movie theater, TM.
I mean, they did that on Martha's Vineyard where Jaws was filmed, where they would just have people out in inner tubes in the open water at night watching Jaws.
That's fucking terrifying.
They don't do that now because a lot of people have been eaten by sharks in that area.
Okay, I don't think they've been eaten by sharks. They were impeding
Stabbed.
in the
They were
shark's
taste
land.
tested.
Taste tested.
Not the shark's land, the shark's sea. The shark's territory was being impeded upon by human beings, and they were also probably looking a lot like seals. So, like, fuck those people. Sorry, fuck
like
those people.
The Straw Hats impede on Arlong's Park.
Hey, fishermen encounter Luffy, and he just walks by.
Is that the title?
Yep.
Shit, okay.
That's my title.
My title is episode 35. Nami's mom is a Vietnam War veteran.
That's a good one.
Background MVP, sweet old lady.
Oh, fucking terrifying book lady who works at store called Book.
I missed that.
It just had a sign that says Book.
Hey, that's efficient. Okay, if you have this island, why would you bother with the branding? You're like, I'm the only place with books. I'm just going to call it Book.
I'm gonna name my store Book. That lady was terrifying. Fucking fuck that lady.
She shows up later, too. She's like with the horde of people.
Yeah, terrifying book lady.
You know where she doesn't show up? You know where she doesn't show up? Matt, you know where she doesn't? Modern day. She fucking died of
She
old age.
fucking definitely died.
She died of old age.
Terrifying book lady.
Rip
died.
Book. Miss Book.
Rest in peace, the proprietor of Book.
And this has been the Fun Piece podcast.
Yeah, it has. That's it. We did it. We peaked.
Done. Found the old lady. Killed the old lady.
She works at Book.
Works at Book. Yeah, Luffy ain't scared of no fish, man.
No, he ain't scared. No,
They're like, who's this guy? He's not from here. And then he walks by.
They're like, where are you going? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just walking over here.
Hey, that fish man has a name.
His name is Big Lips Phil.
No, that was
It's
a
Hachi, I
Big Lips, Phil.
think.
It's Hachi.
Hachi.
Oh yeah,
Hachi.
Hachi. No, I do like Hachi.
No, she seems like a good guy. Just mixed up with the bad crowd.
Yeah, Big Lips Phil. A lot can happen with Big Lips Phil.
Big Lips Phil seems like he's on a list somewhere. Is this one? When the fuck does Nojiko? Does not Najiko walk up at this point?
Well, we were left like flashing back to them as children.
Is this before or after she explains that I just watched this today?
You did. No, this is like we're going through Bellemere talking. Bellemere's got a shirt that says Mace.
Yep. Fitting for that character.
Why? I don't know, but why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we learned like Nami learned to steal because she was poor growing up and she couldn't afford a book. And
She wants
Bellemere
to steal the book because she wants to learn about navigation because she's mastered making maps
Yep.
as
yeah.
a child.
So she's a very talented kid.
And I had a realization, Nami knew about scurvy because the tangerine farm.
Oh yeah,
So smart.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It also just seems like a general knowledge thing for anybody who's going to be out on the ocean.
Yeah. They're dumb idiots, though.
Yeah.
Nami is gifted a shirt by Bellemere that says, I am lion.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, hold on. Backing up though.
Sorry.
Backing up. I wanted to point out Bellamere puts herself second to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
She will, like, give them more food, make sure they've got everything they need. She supports Nami when she's getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But she does spank them and sometimes open hand slap them for their indiscretions.
Yeah.
So that's leaning into this whole conflict. She gets the outfit. She's like, I don't like secondhand things. I wish I wasn't poor. You're not even my real sister.
Yeah.
And then just bam.
Slaps her the fuck up.
We see what war does to a person.
Yeah.
Bellamere's doing her best. Not a healthy relationship. Not a healthy thing going on in this house. Also, shame on the fucking village people for not, like, coming in.
Hey.
Like, I don't know, doing a little bit more.
She's doing her best. She's doing her best as a single mother in this world.
So you just think this village is like, we
tangerine
love
farm.
these kids and everything would just be like, yeah, you can just have some food for free. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
I guess
Like,
that makes sense.
yeah, no shame on Bellamere. She's doing her best. It's like
Yeah.
the rest of the village
That apparently cares so much about them.
yeah, it's just like give them a chicken. I don't know. Like,
They're like, oh, we care so much about them, but man, we're not
Like,
going to give them anything. We're just going to watch them suffer.
she has a line later. She's like, "Oh, this duck's almost ready. This one's gonna set me over budget." It's like the duck's gonna set you like.
Well, maybe they appreciate them, but they're also jealous of all the tangerines. Because remember, then at some point, someone says a line of like, "It's a healthy crop this year. Everybody else is going to be able to sell their tangerines,
Yeah.
so we're not going to make as much money with our tangerines." So maybe people are jealous of the tangerines, so they're like, yeah, we feel good about these kids and stuff, but we're not going to give them shit. They got such good tangerines.
So there's a lot of tangerine jealousy. I didn't
There's
see
a tangible amount of tangerine jealousy.
So Nami runs away during dinner and it's raining out.
It is raining.
And she just goes straight to Genzo.
I love
and
Genzo.
he makes her a hot cup of milk,
Yep.
which is upsetting. I've never had hot or
Hot
warm
milk?
milk.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I guess
When
isn't.
I was a kid, fucking warm milk hit the spot.
I've never had.
I haven't had it
warm
as an
milk.
adult. I've never had it as an adult.
I've had
but-
like warm hot chocolate with milk base,
yeah.
but
I-
just warm milk grosses me out.
When I was a kid, fucking my mom would give me a glass of warm milk. I'd take like 2 sips, pass the fuck out.
Where
With your warm milk and oatmeal baths.
Warm milk oatmeal baths. You sick? You got a fever? Oatmeal bath. You're nauseous? Oatmeal bath. You got skin going on? Oatmeal bath. You got a sore throat? Fucking oatmeal bath.
that's
You got
gotta
a
be so
broken
much to
arm?
clean.
Broken arm? Oatmeal bath.
gonna be
Oatmeal
s-
bath is the fucking best.
It's gonna be so much. To
Hey
clean up.
everybody, take a fucking oatmeal bath. It's
Matt,
great.
how much milk do you drink as an adult?
As an adult, not that much.
Okay, that's good.
No, I don't.
I was gonna end this podcast.
No, that's fine. I mean, if anything, I feel like I do like an almond milk once in a while, but like I'll do like a milk if I have like a couple cookies I want to dip because I want that.
I think
like,
that
raw.
I think that's fine.
not raw, uncut milk though.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by the brownies that Mike's wife
Oh, yeah, I
made
haven't had
that
it
yet.
I did have with a glass of milk, and that shit slapped.
It wasn't new
My-
milk because there's definitely old milk.
No, I purchased new milk.
All right,
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna.
you can do it. I
yeah.
can talk while you're.
Kudos to my wife who has been watching Riverdale, and
Oh,
if
God.
One Piece
Oh,
can
God.
ever fucking shock me the way that I grew up reading like Archie
Yeah,
comics
fucking
and like
Jughead's my boy.
it's so
Not
like
Jughead in Riverdale. I watched the first season of Riverdale and I have not watched it since because I
Man.
didn't like Jughead.
Matt, you should watch Riverdale.
No.
I will walk into the room, my wife will be on a new season, new episode, and it's like, why is Archie in a trench in World War One? And she's like, oh, Archie went to war. And I'm like, that's a funny joke. And then it'll cut to like Betty being a truck driver, FBI agent. And she's like, yeah, Betty worked for the FBI. And now she's a truck driver trying to catch serial killer truck drivers who kill hookers. And I'm like, what?
I mean,
And
I guess that's like
then
the
there's
real
like
life.
then Archie's like, I got PTSD from the war. I'm like, he really was in the war that took place during World War One, but also this is modern. Like, and now then literally like last week, I walk in and I see Archie like get angry and he punches a car door and the whole thing moves and he dents the door in. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, Archie's got super strength now. Also, Jughead is mute, but he can read people's minds. And none of it.
Isn't there like, don't they run a mob? Isn't there a gang? Isn't someone related to the Mothman?
There's a musical number every season.
All right.
They did a whole cover of the Heathers musical.
Hey, everyone. This is not.
Does One Piece ever get to that point? I feel like One Piece is going to be a warm, predictable blanket.
Is there a musical episode of One Piece?
I won't say there's a musical episode.
Does
I
Luffy
will
go to the
say
war?
there is a villain who writes and sings her own musical numbers.
Good.
Amazing. All right.
Speaking of the war, Bellemere was fighting in a bit of a battle in the Navy
Yeah.
against pirates.
Yeah, this gets, I think it revealed, good getting me back on track.
Yeah, no problem. This isn't a Riverdale podcast.
I just need to get it out there. It's fucking crazy shit.
Hey, folks, if you want to talk about Riverdale and One Piece, maybe a crossover fanfic we could write or talk about. Or if you've written one, we'll read it.
Yeah.
That's
on
a
the
promise.
podcast.
That's a promise.
Yeah, so we see how like brutal the whatever's going on the Grand Line is. Like, is it just, I guess, just a war zone? Because there's like people impaled on swords and like
It's fucked up.
she's like hunched over, just being like, Genzo's like, yeah, she was a Marine and
She's gonna
she
die.
was gonna die, but then she saw you two walk out and you gave her the will to live.
Mustered up the will to live.
Yeah, it was like the little Najiko and baby Nami.
And then she said, I'm an adult now. I can be a mom.
And then she just stole 2 kids and then took a boat home.
Yep. 2 of them gave her life.
Yeah.
She's a mom now. So she's going to make some omelets with tangerine sauce. That sounds dope as hell.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
sounds so fucking good.
and then
Sorry.
it does sound very good. She like busts out some of that good orange juice too.
Tangerine.
So yeah, everything is all great. The sisters make up. They're running home. They're like, we're gonna go have some dinner. And then Arlong shows up, mugs everyone, and is 100% gonna murder Bellemere.
Yeah. They said something about there's like a split between, I don't remember if they said Arlong pirates or the fishmen, but they said there was a split which caused Arlong and them to come to the island.
Yeah, something happened where Arlong, like, why are the fishmen coming here? Something must have happened.
So there's definitely another faction of fishmen out there.
Yeah, and I think
On the
the
Grand Line.
historian has pointed out that things are kind of normal in the East Blue. We get some Frankenstein people.
Yeah.
But then the Grand Line happens, and there's just a bunch of fucked up dudes like the fishmen.
Shit just pops off once you hit the Grand Line.
How many? Should we know how many episodes till we hit the Grand Line? Do we hit the Grand Line soon? Like, is it like 100 episodes from now?
It's a little bit. It's
Is
a
it
little
before or
bit.
I figure it's
after
gotta be
the
like-
Scorpion?
I think it's technically after.
Okay.
I'm
Question.
trying to think.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it's after. I have to remember what episode.
Do we
What
ever
episode?
see islands made of fish poop or whatever the fuck that
think-
Usopp was talking about?
What?
Remember Usopp's talking about like
Yeah, there's like a
jumping
big
on,
fish,
like-
and he said a lot of his stories come true. And he's talking about the fish poop islands that he walks on. And then he
Does that
tried to light a
actually
fire on one of the fish poop islands, and he's like, don't do that. That's a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Does that actually happen? Because I feel
It's
like that'd
me,
be
Usopp.
fucking great.
I don't.
Poop star.
Poop star.
I don't necessarily think there are islands made out of fish poop. At least that we've encountered.
Maybe.
There very well could be. Here's the thing: there's so much fucking One Piece content, and I consume this religiously. I still miss shit constantly.
Well, you know who didn't miss anything? The fishmen. They almost left the island, but they see Bellemere smoking up some eggs and duck and
She,
shit.
to quote Jim Carrey's The Mask, she was
Smoking.
episode 36. The one where Nami watches her surrogate mother get murdered by a shark man.
I fucking cried through this whole episode. I was like,
There's
so
some effective
fucked up.
stuff.
I wrote, "Fuck, it's for family. This is so fucked up." Fucking I was so upset. Sorry.
Background MVP, just the whole town for this one. They
Yep.
just all get points.
Everyone's taking up arms to help Bellamere the girls.
Do you have a quote at the very beginning of this? Because I have a quote. I got the quote. There is nothing as delicious as my sauce. Which is a thing that Bellamere says immediately.
It's good. It's very good. Also, we didn't talk about Bellamere's hair. So fucking good.
It's good hair.
It's like shaved fucking sides, but she's got like a mohawk.
She got big
shit going.
Pixar mom energy, where it's like she's like a young, cool like mom, like the aunt from Big Hero 6. You're just like, yeah,
Good stuff.
it's a type.
The fucking Arlong pirates roll up to the outside of Bellamere's house. Arlong knocks on the door and she's like, "Come in," and then just fucking kicks his fucking face.
Oh my
in
God,
and
yeah,
points
she,
a
like-
fucking gun in his face.
She like peers around and like sees that it's definitely not the girls and like sees like shadows in the window.
Yeah.
Kudos to the town on the like between this. The town is like ready to go fuck shit up. They're like, oh, they're going after Bellamere. We're not dealing with this. Like, let's go. Like they will die for her, but they won't give her some free food.
Yeah, or some fucking money.
Like, I'm not even convinced what money would do on this island.
Yeah. Also, okay, so we cut back. She's there. She's getting fucked the fuck up.
She kicks him in the face. He eats her gun after she points it in his mouth.
And then he's like, just give me that fucking money.
Yeah, the girls run back to try to warn her too, and then Dr. Grandpa stops them and he's like, "No, you can't do it." And then like it cuts to Arlong just stomping the shit out of Bellamere's arm, and it's just this like crumpled. It looks like crumpled tinfoil painted purple.
Yep.
It's real upsetting to look
And
at.
Genzo gets there, and he's
Yep.
like, "It's fine. How much money do you have? Come on, just fucking play."
Oh
the
yeah, he
fucking-"
tries to trick Arlong.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, we were gonna have dinner with a friend."
Yeah. And then somehow, fucking background fucking Stingray Man just all of a sudden has a fucking village registry, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, like it says in the village registry right here that she doesn't have, she's never married and never birthed a child."
And it's like, who's in charge of that? Do you think it's Book? It's probably Book.
It's probably Book,
Book Grandma.
the proprietor of Book.
Let's see. I wrote Nami's obsession with money is because of all the trauma. She's like,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
like you see, she's like, oh, if we just had enough money, this wouldn't be a problem. If we weren't poor, this wouldn't be a problem. If we just had so much more money, it'd be great.
Yep. I said, "Fuck, it's for family."
But yeah, Bellamere gives herself up completely.
I wrote, this is me just like spur of the moment, saying Bellamere is a fucking queen and I fucking hate Arlong so bad. This is how you make a fucking villain ruthless as fuck. Not like goddamn stupid fucking Clawdor.
Yeah, Clawdor's just like
dumb bullshit.
Clawdor's like, I'm good, I'm evil.
Yeah,
And it's just like,
no,
why?
This
What's
is how
the
you
point?
fucking develop someone and make them fucking feel
Like,
shit.
You have somebody like the villain who's like, yeah, I was just gonna walk away, but you pushed me, and he just shows how awful he can get.
Yep.
For money. Like it's Arlong,
Does
best
Bellamere come
villain.
back?
Oh no!
Wouldn't it be great if Bellamere came back? I think it'd be great if Bellamere came back.
Missing some
What, you
pieces.
said Grand Line shit because it's fucking weird.
I will tell you, within the Grand Line, zombies do exist. Bellamere is not one of them.
Fuck.
It's probably for the best.
That's probably for the best. Genzo's a badass. He gets fucking diced the fuck up.
Well, this whole fucking thing, like Arlong points the gun. She says, "I love you," and it's just silence when he pulls the trigger. Is very effective.
Oh yeah, and it goes black and white, and it's just
Yeah.
like you don't hear anything,
And you just see, like, again, ugly crying.
Yeah.
So good in this show. The
really
girls
good.
are just like, their faces look like they're melting.
yeah.
And and then like the sound comes back in and it's like chaotic and like you hear like the residual gun noise. But yeah, Genzo tries to save Nami and gets cut up a lot.
Yep.
He gets cut up like once before this and then gets cut up more.
Like a lot. Just
Yeah.
like, but somehow is alive.
Yeah, that happens. And then, are you watching on Netflix still?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm watching on Funimation. So it's like, like Genzo gets fucked up, Bellamere gets murdered, and then it's like, bump, 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 bump. Commercial.
Can I just say, though, this says a lot about Dr. Grandpa's surgical abilities if he can, like, sew Genzo up.
Dr. Grandpa.
Dr. Grandpa is a talented physician and should not be trifled with. I have to say.
Eventually, he's got like a spear with just a big scalpel on the end.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Great. He looks like a professional wrestler doing a doctor
A
bit.
doctor bit.
There's God, was it Arlong takes Nami for her drawing skills? He's like, oh, this kid can draw this good.
Yeah,
Gotta have her.
Gotta have her. Gonna make a map of the whole ocean.
He takes Nami. Nami joins the Arlong pirates. I did finger quotes there.
Yep.
This is a audio medium.
She got a tattoo.
Yeah, she's all like, I'm joining them. It's fine. Screw you guys. Whatever. I'm trying to play it cool. But then still just tells her whole plan to Najiko. And she's like, I just have to save up 100 million berries.
Yep.
And then I can buy back the village and everything will be great.
There's the quote.
We can bury Mom.
There's the quote that Bellamere said. That's good things will come your way as long as you continue to live.
Yeah. So that's a big motivator. And I think we see some of Nami being like, oh, if I just get 100 million, I can do this. And it's like she's getting like all cut up and the shit beaten out of her, just trying to collect all this treasure.
Yep. And then we cut to Najiko is just talking to Usopp and Sanji, and Zora's asleep. She's like, just leave her the fuck alone. She's got to do this herself. Don't go around saying you're her friends.
Oh, yeah, because Sanji's like, we'll do anything for Nami, and she punches him in the face.
Yep.
It's like 15 feet to the right are Johnny and Yasuko just crying behind a log, being like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
And then we cut over to Luffy, and Luffy sees Genzo's hat, and he's like, a hat pinwheel. It's so cool.
No, Luffy sees the Marines and Genzo walking toward him, and like we had this thing where Luffy was not shocked by fishmen, and suddenly he's just like stunned, and like stops, and you're like, is he surprised by the Marines? That seems weird. And then he like follows them with his eyes, and then it just like zooms in on Genzo's pinwheel, and he's like, a pinwheel? That's so cool. And then I think later on, I don't know if it's like the next episode, he's still thinking about it, and he's like, new move.
I just thought of a new move. Government shows up. They're going to take away Nami's money.
As I was watching this, I was like, oh, there's only 7 million left. I bet the Straw Hats won't complicate this. Yeah. And they didn't.
They didn't.
I figured they would have been the ones.
Nope.
But yeah, the Marines show up and just start, like, this is ours now.
Fuck the government.
Fuck the government. This is a very anti-government show.
Yep. Episode 37.
Do you have a good title for this one?
I said, fuck the Marines.
Oh, I said no good two-time and fish man.
That's fine, too.
Yeah. My background MVP was bucket hat fish racist.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a guy at some point. Where's the quote? Do I not have the quote?
Is it a Sanji quote?
No, it's like there's like a slightly overweight dude with a bucket hat who shows up a lot in the background the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And he says something about, he's like, no good, stinking, dirty fishmen. Oh, yeah. Time to show those lousy, stinking fishmen what we're made of. It's not a fan of fishmen. Rightly so. Anyway, yeah, the Marines show up. Nami figures out they're there under order of Arlong and starts just kicking the shit out of all the Marines as they're trying to find her treasure.
Yep. Genzo reveals that the whole time, the whole village, he and the whole village the whole time have been pretending
Yeah.
to not know that what Nami's doing.
They knew she was good.
Just like all of Sanji's fellow cooks continued to pretend that his food was terrible. There's a lot of pretending.
Yeah. It's crazy that Zoro just got one episode. It is crazy how like they just are like, this is what happened to him, and then
It wasn't one episode. It was probably like 3 or 4.
Zoro?
Yeah.
No, his like origin story thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he got like the couple like the little arc thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
feel
they
like-
all kind of had one episode that was a flashback
Yeah. No, but he definitely had the shortest.
intro, and
Yeah, it was just like he's part of the crew now.
he's also like so committed.
Oh yeah, like unfalteringly committed to Luffy.
Yeah, even though like later on he's like, I can't believe how fucking stupid this guy is.
Oh, I had the best quote. What did he say? He's like, Sanji's like, looks like I chose one hell of an idiot for a captain, and Zoro just goes, we all did. Anyway, back to this.
There's a Nezumi pulls out a gun. You're like, well, Genzo or Najiko is getting shot, and then Najiko gets shot as she tries to stop
Yep.
Nami from rushing him. And then she's just like standing and totally fine like 2 minutes later
Yeah.
because Dr. Grandpa's that good at his
Dr. Grandpa's
job.
a fucking magician. Nami tosses Luffy on the ground.
Oh, yeah. He's like, what's her problem?
Yeah. And then she runs off to Arlong. We go over to Arlong, and he says the quote, I may be cruel, but I'm not totally heartless. And I'm like, you fucking are, though.
Yeah, you killed her mom in front of her.
Yeah.
But he never breaks a promise. He didn't break a promise.
No, he didn't.
When did he?
When it was- when it
Oh, he does like
comes
the brutal thing too, where he grabs her by the face.
Yep.
Let's see. I have the note. Straw Hats actually decide to go do something.
Yeah. Well, first they're sitting there, and Sanji says I'm appreciating happiness. I'm making a lot of good vibes.
Sanji is a walking awful Facebook post.
It just like at this point too, I was just like, fucking Zoro could just fucking kill all of these fucking fishmen.
Yeah.
Even if he can't kill Arlong, he could kill all the rest of them, no problem.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. It's weird that they're so like, I mean, I guess like he kind of knows what's going on. I guess they don't fully understand what's going on, like the situation. Usopp does.
Usopp and Sanji understand because Najiko explained it all.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Zoro was asleep, and Luffy just straight up ignored any sort of talking, which is like, I'm just going to go over here.
Yeah.
So
which is like,
the two of them don't really know what's going on, but they
I-
just know like, oh, Nami's on the crew and we got to go help her.
yeah. I get like what they're trying to convey with Luffy is like, he like cares about the content of your character. Like he doesn't care where you came from, what you are trying to like do. Like he, you know, if he sees you in trouble and you're his friend, he's going to help you.
Yeah.
It's Zoro just slept. Like it is like the weird artificial, like, gotta find a way to make it so they don't finish this fight too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Genzo rallies the town to go fight the fishmen.
Yeah. I was getting really emotional.
It's pretty intense. Nami shows up quickly again and is like, no, don't. It's fine. I'll just get 100 million. It's not that hard. It's easy. I've done it so many times. Like, it's whatever.
And the whole village is like, no, it's fine. And
Yeah.
she's like,
He like hugs her.
yeah. He's like, it's okay. We know. And she's like, but you're all going to die. And they're like, it's okay. We know. And I was just like, fucking.
Yeah.
So then she just sits there and then she starts stabbing her arm.
Yep. Just like cutting the tattoo off.
Yeah. And then Luffy stops her.
Yep. And then he puts his hat on her head.
Well, before that, she's like, do you know what you're supposed like, do you know what you're doing? And he just goes, nope, I don't. And then she just starts crying and she says, help me. So then he's like,
Yeah.
and then, he puts his hat on her.
She reflects to when he was like, don't touch my hat kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And she's like, why are you helping me? Thank you for helping me. He just goes, of course, that's what friends do. And he storms off.
Oh, and there's that badass, like this he like rolls out and then he walks up to the other Straw Hats and they're just ready.
Yeah, they're all like, let's fucking
And
go.
they're like, all right, let's go, just beat some shit. Like,
Yep.
completely prepared.
And then like Johnny and Yasuko are just like stopping. They're like, sorry, big bros. Our other big bros are on the way. Just wait. And then all of a sudden they're like, there they are now. And then you just see Luffy and all them in the distance, just like boom.
Yeah,
boom,
just the village showing up and
boom, boom.
Johnny and Yasuko just being beaten to shit. And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we tried to beat Arlong. Just barely lost, though. But you guys shouldn't go in because some other dudes are going to show up and be. Don't worry, the main characters are coming.
Yeah. And then Luffy just punches the fucking wall down.
So
And he's like, which one's Arlong? And I was pumped.
I'm hopeful. I mean, who knows where the show goes? Again, big gripe I always had with Dragon Ball is I didn't like that it became the Goku and Vegeta show.
Yeah.
I like when the gang shows up. Like,
Yeah.
I always wanted it to be the Z Fighters. Like, wanted them all to show up together. And, like, the newest Dragon Ball movie did a good job of that. Everybody's like, we're here.
Yeah.
Like, I just want, like, this show feels like it's always given us that Saiyan saga. Like,
Yeah.
the gang, like, lands and they're like, all right, we're ready to go. Like, but these guys are going in with a lot of style, which I appreciate.
And like I don't know, we'll see as we talk about this next episode, but like they do a good job, which we've talked about, where they do a good job of like taking the overpoweredness of people and then
Mitigating it, or
mitigating it with some dumb bullshit.
yeah, it's better to have Luffy not dead and running on a highway for 100 episodes,
Yes.
and like have him like stuck in place rather than
Yeah.
One Piece does a very good job of making the conflict for Luffy always feel like balanced. Like there's always a difficulty level he's trying to achieve. And what you enjoy, Mike, what you were saying about like, you know, like the Saiyan saga and everything about like the crew rolling up. It gets to a certain point where you like hear that Straw Hat music, the bump, bump, bump.
Yeah.
Like you hear that hit and you're like, oh, the fight's going down. Let's fucking go. You just know that like all of them are going to crawl out of the woodwork. And it's like, okay, great. This is the turn of the tide moment in whatever fight is happening.
Yeah, it's such a good like that sense of like it's a team, it's a cohesive thing. Like again, they do need each other to function. It's cool,
Oh yeah.
very cool. I like that. I don't know, overall message, because I think Dragon Ball gets into the like, if you just punch things the best, or you like it's a little bit too individualistic.
Sure.
Except for like the best Dragon Ball, like the Tournament of Power,
Super.
so good.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, just don't bother with the rest of Super. It's all fine.
It is pretty good.
Don't. He's not black. Don't shoot.
The worst quote.
Have you seen Frieza's new form? Did I send you that?
Yes, you did.
In the Dragon Ball Super
Yeah.
manga, Frieza shows up and he's like, "Look at my new form. I'm Black Frieza," and then just punches Goku and Vegeta in the dick and leaves. And they're like, "What?" Ugh, insane. I don't understand any anime. Episode 38. I forgot to give it a title.
I don't have a title either. It's the starting of the punches.
Big idiots, big punches.
Yeah. Luffy walks in. He's beating the fuck out of Fishman.
My background MVP for this one are all the fishmen who got hit with Momo.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Good for them.
I love that Luffy has. We talked about this kind of. Luffy has no context of Nami's past, like the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
He just saw Nami crying, and he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, this guy's gonna fucking
The
die."
fact that he busts in and it's just like, which one of you is Arlong? Is like, well, I guess that would be me. And just boom, punch in the face is, it's so good.
And Sanji fucking kicks all the fishermen down, and then Johnny and Yasuko are like, they make big sis Nami cry, so they're gonna kill him now.
I've been playing. I don't know if I ever said this on the podcast or not. I've been playing on and off a Star Wars pen and paper game where character I'm playing, I'm like, I I struggle. It's all online. I struggle to totally focus on what's happening. I can't, for the fucking life of me, remember Star Wars names because it's all like glue gore or something. Like they just
Shitto.
gulp shitto. Yeah, I would remember that one. There's a lot of them that just go through me. But I'm like, I'm just gonna play this like a shonen anime protagonist. I made my character really good at punching, nothing else.
Hell yeah.
So he'll walk into a room and be like, I don't know what's happening. Are you trying to hurt this guy who's my friend? And the guy will be like, yeah. And then no other conversation. I'll just punch that guy. It's the best feeling in the world. If you aren't good at paying attention to plot while you're playing D&D, just spec a really good fighter. Done.
Spec a really good monk.
Yeah, a good monk, and then just like if you just walk in a room and be like, "Are you hurting my friend?" and they'll be like, "Yeah," and then you just punch him in the balls, and you're done. It's the best. It's so good. Mm-hmm. Anyway, sorry. I don't know. I can't get over how satisfying it is when a main character who's a good boy like Luffy just punches the big bad guy in the face.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. It's so good.
Yeah, especially after all that, where they actually wrote and developed a good villain who's not Clawhador.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Hachi trumpets his mouth for Momu. Momu shows up and he's like, I got boo boo, and he sees Luffy, and he's just like straight up like, I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah, and then Arlong
like guilts Momu into
you can leave if you want.
I was like, what kind of fucking blackmail? Like what dirt does Arlong have on Momu to get Momu to act like this?
I took it as Arlong was like Momu knows what Arlong can do.
Yeah.
And maybe he was like so scared. Or maybe Arlong does, like he's got a copy of Momu's hard drive.
Yeah. I don't want to know what's on Momu's hard drive. Luffy shows off his new move.
Yeah, gum pinwheel. He jams his feet into concrete.
Yes, he jams his feet into concrete and then spins his torso around.
Gum pinwheel. Momu gets wrecked, spins around, hits a bunch of fishmen. Luffy gets stuck. Then Luffy gets inked. And yeah, I really like he's like, uh-oh, guys, I think I've got a problem.
Yeah.
And they ignore him.
Sanji's talking about cooking octopus.
Yep.
Hachi goes to throw a building on top of Luffy, but then Sanji just fucking kicks the building in half.
Yeah. Really, like, Sanji is crazy powerful.
He is.
It's been underplayed, I think, so far. Because we've only seen him go up against a guy who we haven't had any other context for who had some tonfas.
Yeah. Can I read you the quote from Sanji that I think was just really great?
Yep.
He said, "You insult Nami one more time, and I promise you'll go from fish man to fish sticks."
God, I tuned Sanji out really hard. I got to give him some more credit. That's a really good one.
It's just like, I hate how much he's simping for her, but like, that's a really good line.
Fish man, a fish stick. I have the note, the gang fights the main fishman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of go toe to toe for a little bit. So Usopp he's trying to pull Luffy away, and then like lets go, and then Luffy hits Chew, and Chew's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah. And then Usopp's like, oh shit, and runs. And then Chew gets distracted by all the villagers, and he's like, well, judging by the fact that you all have weapons, I'm guessing that this is a revolt. And then just explodes.
Just exploding
mid-sentence. Yeah. And Usopp's like, you are dealing with the great Usopp.
And then he's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then just chases off after him.
And I think we get Usopp's entire character illustrated by Genzo. He's like, who is that man? He's a coward 1 minute and brave the next. Whatever. Yeah. Like, what a weird man.
And then, and then Arlong lifts Luffy into the air. He's still stuck into the ground. He like digs the ground up.
What do they call concrete? What the mob does?
Cement shoes?
Is it just cement shoes?
I think so.
Not like a more colorful term for that?
They bury him with the fishes.
Yeah. Sleep with the fishes.
Sleeping with those fishes. And he tosses them in the sea. After Luffy tries to do a gum pistol,
Oh yeah, and misses. Oh god, that whole exchange is great. He does a gum pistol, misses. Arlong grabs his arm, then he tries to punch him in the face. Arlong bites his hand, so Luffy bites Arlong, and
Yep.
Arlong lets go. It's like really good. And then he tosses him in, because he's like, oh, he's got devil fruit powers. And then everybody spends a long time talking about fighting,
but
and
not
saving
fighting
Luffy
it.
while Luffy's just drowning.
Yeah, because is it Zoro or Sanji? Sanji goes to jump in, right? And then Zoro stops him.
Yeah.
And Zoro's like, we need to take out these guys first.
Yeah,
So-
because he's like, if we go in there, the fishmen will have the advantage.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we have to defeat them at the same time together. We have to fight them. If we fight them together, we can defeat them and save Luffy. And it just keeps cutting to Luffy just with his fingers up his nose and one hand covering his mouth, dying.
Which I'm wondering, if he doesn't... I mean, no, I guess we've seen it before. I was like, if he doesn't get water into his body, does it count?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
the second
he's
water
still-
touch.
yeah.
But also, could he inflate? Could he
I don't think so.
balloon? Because he did that once.
I think his
Would
whole
he
body
float?
just goes like numb. I think he just like goes like motionless
But
when
he
he gets him.
doesn't, because he can still control his limbs.
I guess so. Historian.
Can Luffy gum balloon float?
Can he float?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not full of helium.
Yeah, but he could be full of air. He could make his density of the inside of his body less than the water.
I don't think I've seen him use it for travel like that, if that's what you mean.
Interesting. Well, that's the end of the episode. So
Everybody.
Wait, no, it's not.
what?
You need a screenshot, don't
Well,
you?
that was the end of that episode.
That's what we're describing. Yeah, we do
Not
need
the
a screenshot.
not the end of the episode of the podcast yet. We've got other things to do. Did you send it?
Can I send it right now?
Sending it right now. All right, this is our new segment that we debuted last week, where the historian sends us a photo / not a photo, an image from a future episode of One Piece that is something out of context, and then
Yeah.
Mike and I have
Get-
to
get-
guess
Guess what's happening?
what's
in One
happening.
Piece.
It looks like they're in snow. So they're in snow, and it's Sanji running, and he's got like a scarf and a winter jacket and a backpack, and then Luffy looks like he has a nice red, like Santa
Still
jacket
wearing
almost, but he's still
sandals?
wearing sandals and shorts.
The
But his shorts
the
have,
jorts and the sandals have a chokehold on Luffy.
but the jorts do have some like fur, and then it looks like Nami's on Luffy's back. I would have to assume.
And he's holding a saber.
He is holding a saber, which I'm assuming is helping him hold up Nami. But then behind them, they're running in the snow. There's definitely an avalanche of what look like giant fat rabbits.
I think Luffy tried to eat the king of the rabbits,
Yeah.
and Nami had a stroke. I have no idea what could be happening here.
I think Sanji tried to take their prized carrot,
Do you think there's
to
a
cook.
sexy lady rabbit?
like Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, and Sanji had sexual intercourse.
I don't think he boned the rabbit,
Does anybody
but
have
me.
sex in One Piece?
I feel like we've
Canonically?
asked this question before. Anyone boning?
We know people had to have because there's reference to people being born.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's people in the world. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm curious about? Where does Sanji get all his cigarettes?
He definitely rolls them
He
himself.
hand rolls those, baby.
Yeah.
There's no
Where does he
filter
get
on him.
where does he get all his tobacco? What's he smoking?
He's just smoking whatever he
He's just
pulls up
grabbing
from the
whatever.
floorboards.
He's grabbing all his like leftover bits from cooking and just fucking smoking
It's
that.
the new composting when you're on the high seas.
Based on this photo, I'm going to say episode 117.
Oh yeah. Episode
Okay, what's it?
118.
Fucking Price is Right at me. You fucking. What is it?
This is episode 81.
Oh, yeah. Let's
We're that
go.
close to this happening.
That's very exciting.
And then also keep in mind that the Rabbit Avalanche and the Scorpion are 19 episodes apart.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh, man, goodness. Well, hey, you know what else we have here? I guess we'll post that image to the Twitter.
Well, like when this episode goes up.
Yes, so next week.
So I'll hopefully remember that.
We have an email from our listener named Eleanor.
Eleanor? Interesting. I haven't heard that name before.
Yeah, Eleanor. They sent in this email and they addressed a couple of things. Should I just read the whole thing?
Yeah, just read that whole dang email.
Eleanor says, "Hiya. So I recently lost my previously favorite One Piece podcast. It's gone. Never coming back," which is fine. That's fine. Well, I'll say this is a great one right here. They said, "And found you guys when looking for a decent replacement. You're seriously the only One Piece anime podcast I've found, besides my lost fave, that doesn't piss me off."
Hey!
We don't piss them off! Yeah! Heck yeah!
Because of all our hot takes and appreciation of wallet chains.
Yeah. Anyway, with that out of the way, here's a few things I wanted to touch on. Firstly, I noticed you have some Sanji haters among our friends and fans, so I want to let you know that I'm caught up with the show, and I love Sanji. Now, that being said, there was an unfortunately not short stretch of episodes during which even I could barely stand him. So if they're in or freshly out of that stretch, then I get it. If you ever do get there, it's a long way away. Know that he gets better again eventually, at least in my opinion.
I will say from when, not last episode, but the episode before that was recorded and this episode was recorded, so about the time this email was received and now, I got to the part of the show they're talking about, and I get it a little bit more now.
Oh. Yeah, Sanji's great.
Interesting.
Secondly, hate to burst your bubble, but Oda has already confirmed that the One Piece will not be the friendships we made along the way or the growth your heart went through or anything like that. It'll be a genuine reward, but beyond that, we have no idea what it is.
That does sound like what somebody would say if that's what they were going to do, because the One Piece is the friendship.
Oda's trying to throw us off.
What if Oda's the One Piece?
Oda's the One Piece. Ah, it's him. What if he writes himself into the show and then he dies?
He like, what
That's
if he
his
like
deathbed?
He appears and he's like, "You found me, Luffy. I love you," and he gives Luffy a big hug, and Luffy absorbs him into his heart.
That's it. We found it. That's the One Piece right there. Also, rest of the email. Thirdly, never assume you're overthinking things because One Piece is a kid's cartoon, quote unquote. Because A, it's really more of a teens young adult cartoon, and B, Oda's
asshole a lot.
world building is in depth as fuck, and the amount of foreshadowing and reuse of established elements and characters is insane. The chances of you actually overthinking things are actually quite slim when it comes to this show. Feel free to take that as a challenge if it means you will hammer more of the world building and foreshadowing into your memory. Looking forward to follow the rest of your journey throughout the show. Eleanor, they, them. Eleanor, thank you so much for that fantastic email. That's so very exciting and gives us a lot to think about.
This is our first listener that we don't actually know.
Yeah, it's very
personally,
exciting.
Right?
So
hopefully more of that happens.
Thank you so much for that wonderful email, and we will most definitely continue to overthink and really try to come up with our own theories as we move along.
And share us with your friends. Yeah. Help us beat the official One Piece podcast.
Yeah, everybody else.
Or team up with them. That'd be great, too. I don't even... Maybe I should probably listen to that one. Or not.
Spoilers. But yeah, we're going to keep on doing things. Tomorrow night, when you're listening this...
Yep, tomorrow night. Time to be determined. It will be on our Twitter, at Fun Piece Podcast on Twitter.
Mike will be streaming on his Twitch channel.
Probably like... shoot for like 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Nice.
I'm going to be on vacation, so it's going to be
nice. Myself and the historian, when you are listening to this, will be married.
What?
Got a thumbs up from the historian. So I guess that's great.
Wedding Who be determined.
Anyway, thank you everybody for listening. Definitely send us emails like Eleanor did. You can send us an email at funpeacepodcast@gmail.com if you have any questions, qualms, concerns, philosophies of life, love notes, whatever you want to send us. We'll read it on the podcast.
Yeah. And feel free to send us. Did you just say the email yet?
I send the email. Yeah.
You said the email.
I
Feel
didn't
free
say
to
social
tweet us at Fun Piece Podcast on twitter.com.
Yeah.
Feel free to check out r/Fun Piece on Reddit. We're not affiliated, and it is pornography. So if you're looking for that, I looked at it a little bit, like not in a promiscuous way. I even talked to my wife about this. I feel like there's not enough like tenderness to it.
It's just all raw.
Yeah.
Just raw sexual energy.
It's just like, oh, what if some boobs or something? And it's like, what if so-and-so is railing so-and-so? And it's just like, where's like the passion?
Yeah.
Where's like the quiet night on the ship where like maybe Usopp and Nami look at each other and they're like, what if?
Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, also, it is the month of October here currently. You should also check out Mike's art page at Knave Illustration, and is it at Spooky Doodles?
I should know this. I think it's at Spooky
Doodles. Every October, Mike and his fellow illustrator friend, Will Nunes, do Spooky Doodles.
At spooky.doodles.
Yeah, go check out at spooky.doodles on Instagram. And Mike's illustration on at Knave Illustration, because he's doing spooky doodles all month long and they're super great.
Yeah, and my buddy W Nunes at W Nunes Art.
Yeah,
he's big in the Star Wars RPG community.
Yeah, spooky dudes.
Yeah, not One Piece related, but I'll probably draw some One Piece art at some point. Yeah. I'll draw something for r/Fun Piece.
Oh yeah,
and then also secretly shove our podcast in there.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening and have a great time. Next episode we're gonna be watching episodes 39 through
whatever the next 7 are.
Yeah, episodes 39 to 45. Is it? I think it's episodes 39 to 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to watch through 45.
The second half of the Arlong Park arc.
So many punches, and then episode 45 is just going to be like something else, right? That seems to be the...
So have a great night, time, whatever day of the week you're listening to it, time of what you have pills? Why do you have...
Are
those my vitamins?
Mike just grabbed a bottle of
vitamin code women.
Just a bottle of vitamins.
It's a bunch of women in vitamin form.
No,
goodbye. And I take them for health purposes on a daily basis.
You're eating women.
Yeah.